Hello, I'm Dennis Howard, host of The Track. Today, we are about an hour west of Salt Lake City in the West Desert of Utah. I have with me today Dave Cummings, Senior Vice President of Construction for Broken Arrow.
Our construction team at Broken Arrow, we've got most of the time a niche work that we go after, but we work out here on the West Desert. We also complete a large amount of work in the area of around Tooele and Grantsville City, which involves a lot of municipality work. We try to stay involved in the community and offer our services to the folks that we live with.
So you fly the Wingtra here for this project. What's the value and why do you use the Wingtra?
Well, the Wingtra assists us in keeping track of all the quantities, surfaces. It's very important to know what volumes you're moving from area to area so that we can balance those quantities. We start off with mining out of the clay bed. There's a deposit of clay out there that's approximately 5 to 6 foot deep. There's underlying sand.
Okay.
We cannot get into that sand or it contaminates everything we're mining.
Got it.
We establish the elevation of that sand by using smart excavators and staying with that elevation. We'll mine it flat. It was deposited pretty much flat millions of years ago. We mine it out flat. We take the clay, it moves over to the processing area. Once it's in the processing area, keep in mind it comes out of the flat at 50% moisture,
right,
which is dripping wet.
Yeah, it's mud, yeah.
It's mud.
Yeah.
We spread it out a foot thick, we calculate the area, we dry it back to around 20% optimum. So that's 30% that we lose in moisture. We add the sodium tripolyphosphate, we disc it in and mix it thoroughly to improve and enhance the permeability of the clay so that meets the requirements when producing clay for future construction and closures at the Grassy Mountain facility.
So the Wingtra lets you fly the flat, you know how much is in the flat, and then when you mine it, it'll let you fly the piles, and you know how much are in the piles because you're gonna have that loss you're talking about.
Exactly.
And then when you put it in place, it'll let you know how much you've put in place.
That's exactly correct. We'll create a point cloud. We use both point clouds and contouring that is arrived at by the photogrammetry. Those surfaces allow us to keep a very tight control on the actual volumes that end up in each area.
Okay, so now I want you to go back in your Wayback Machine. Before the Wingtra, how did you manage that?
Well, before the Wingtra and before SmartGrade, we actually would use excavators and dozers that had no control on them. We would use sometimes laser, sometimes hand level, but it was not controlled like we do today with smart dozers, GPS, surfaces, point clouds, all that kind of stuff. 20 years ago, even as far back, maybe 10 years ago, the methods we used produced the material needed, but it wasn't as efficient and effective as it is today.
Do you have any idea how much more efficient it is today? What kind of percentages maybe you've gotten better at?
I think we're saving 15 to 20%.
Okay.
When you put clay out on the floor and you can't control it as well as we are smart dozers in the earlier days, you end up wasting some expensive product on the floor. By the use of smart equipment, we can control those surfaces and take it down to within a few tenths and take it there time after time after time. Also assists us calculating the amount of sodium tripolyphosphate that needs to be mixed into the clay.
The Wingtra really makes this a lot easier. You were estimating, you were taking a tape measure, you were kind of hoping that everything worked out. Now it's all very scientific. From the time you fly the Wingtra drone till you have the data, what's that look like for you?
Well, we're gonna put the Wingtra in the air today. Right now, we've got targets placed collecting data. We'll go back to the office, process it. We'll have our data ready to use in the morning.
You know how much production you're getting out of that dozer tomorrow.
We're surveying to subcentimeter, like 0.7 centimeters. The Wingtra is extremely accurate in the volumes that it provides us. It's expensive material, you can't afford to waste it.
Your customer knows exactly how much they're buying, you know exactly how much you're selling. Nobody's guessing at anything, yeah.
The partnership we've got with RDO, it's a comfort to know that you're gonna have the resources you need to get that project done.
Yeah.
And meet all the required specifications in the time frame you need to meet them.
Well, we are glad we can provide that service to you. We thank you for the business. You do a lot with us. We really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate the visit.
Hey, I'm Dennis Howard. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please like and subscribe and follow us on social media. See you soon. Hey, I'm Dennis Howard. Welcome back to the track. Hey, I'm Dennis in Utah. Welcome back to the track.
We got both brothers.